and sharing is caring, and understanding that one day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick, we stacking these things together. And then we look back and then we see, oh, okay, all right. If one thing we all adore, something worth dying for, there's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game. We searching for fortune and fame. Let's get it. The name is Law Nation. Mama said that there'll be days literally just like this.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same.
Yep. Cowboys most likely to succeed, plus more Q&A. It's the off season and much to do about nothing, but you know how Cowboys roll. Shout out to you, and you. Good morning and good afternoon and good evening. 5, 4, 3, 2. And 1. All right. Appreciate you guys so much, man. Hype the video like Seabass said in the chat, man. Hype the video up for me. Let's go, Cowboys Nation, everybody that's watching. All right, so before we go into details, of course, we need guys to succeed, right? And more than likely, the most likely will be Dak Prescott on the offensive side, right? Cooper Beebe, Tyler Booker, CeeDee Lamb. Those guys are most likely to succeed. Now, on the defense is more of a question mark. Like, we've been living through this defense of the last 2 seasons that's been very much so bottom-esque, right? And when we start to think about it, it goes around this circle of the mindset. Can we get out of these type of problems? But there's been news rumbling around that there's going to be new things that's happening, and we should all be happy about it. When we look at this chart line, this is the base defense for right now. And I know you might have to squint your eyes to see. They got Hooker as your starting free safety. Then they have Downs as your strong safety. And now as things also materialize or proceed, we're seeing now that Overshawn is your Mike. He's the middle of the field. We heard him speak about this in the presser just the other day, that he always loved to be the Mike. He always loved to be in the middle of the field roaming. And maybe, just maybe, the Cowboys can bring back double A-gap blitzing, because he is fast enough too, by the way. Now, they got Winters as your will linebacker. According to this chart line for your mind, they have Miris Leofile as your Sam. And when you look at it, Rashawn Gary will be your outside left edge rusher, and your right edge rusher will be Donovan Ezaraku. And then you got your double twins in the middle, man, Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark. You got Bland and Durant. You got Bland and Kobe Durant on the outside. So I'm not mad at this roster lineup. Now, of course, people going to ask, what about Jalen Thompson? I think that Jalen Thompson eventually is going to be your strong safety. I know he's battling with coming off of an injury, and he is literally recovering, and I think that he's going to fit right on in. Now, when we go to the nickel formation, you seeing what they do here is that they move Reddy Stewart inside. Now, this is not set in stone. We haven't went through real camp. This has all been mini camp / OTAs. Be mindful. I just don't think the Cowboys is going to spend all of that money on Jalen Thompson for him not to start, right? And there's not a world that I think, and I like Reddy Stewart, I like his grit, but I don't think that he is a starter in this system at all. You know, that's just my thoughts of it. So I can erase that notion that he will be ultimately your starting nickel guy. What's going to happen here is they're going to move Downs down inside as your nickel, and then this is going to be JT's spot. PJ Locke is going to compete to be the other free safety on his team. You have a wild card in the name of Elijah Clark that could get more playing time, and I think that he's going to have a growth in his second season with the Cowboys. So I do like that aspect. I think that Overshawn will fit right on in with Winters. You kick in this nickel formation, you kick Mears Leofau out, but that's cool. I think that this defense, Rashawn Gary, for what it is, I think that Rashawn Gary is going to be the guy that's going to be the one of the elixirs on this defense to create pressure. I know he's not a Michael Parsons. I know, I get all of that. And I see that the Cowboys are doing anything in their will, power, and strength to promote and push my guy. And I like that aspect for the Cowboys because we need to have a legitimate edge rusher on this team. I get all of that. But if you can give that man some hope and some hopium and all of that good stuff and continue to excel with that, man, come on with it. I'm not going to get mad at the boys for doing such. And you can see that they are marketing the hell out of Rashawn Gary. And I think that he's a very much so marketable piece. I think that if for what we're looking at, someone that had, 9.5 sacks last season, to also contextualize the fact that he only played about 13 games or something like that, or he did it in 10 games. I think that Rashawn Gary could be that guy that can help out this team. He got veteran savviness to him. You got to understand that you're going to have Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark, so it's not like he's doing this all by himself, ladies and gentlemen. He's not doing this all by himself. Yes, Perry Locke, that's the hopium that they have out there for right now. Unfortunately, it is for what it is. But when we look through everything and we'll say, okay, Dak Prescott, we know what he going to bring to the table. That's already given, right? And then when we look at Overshawn, this is the area of the unknown with Overshawn. When you really think about Overshawn and what he did when he was playing with a Costco sample size, we were like, okay. And then he had freak accidents, right? Somebody falling into the leg. Or one play he was over pursuing and went out of bounds, and then he snapped up his leg again. So the way he look at it, he's going into a contract year. We don't still know what he's capable of. So he could be the ultimate level of what we call surprise, right? And I truly believe that. I think that Overshawn could be that guy that can get things going. When we start to talk about these two guys right here, Tyler Smith and Cooper Beebe, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about what Cooper can do, right? We know what he brings to the table, and as well as Tyler Smith. Tyler Booker, those three right there inside. We good. It's once again, I know I'm sounding like a broken record. It's on the outside that we're worried about, and that is Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele. We can't see anything until training camp gets here, and still until we start to hear, okay, yeah, we hear storylines of this guy winning, that guy winning, but is it on a consistent level, right? So those are things that we have to also adhere to. Just the other day, they said Malachi Law, hey, he beat Tyler Guyton on a few reps. That's cool. I like hearing that. But let's do it again. Friendly fire, friendly foes. You know those bodies. You know those people. That just goes with the territory, Cowboys Nation. And then when we start talking about this guy, Quentin Williams, it is a telltale sign that the Cowboys needed interior help, and we needed people that can help this team out in that particular light. And we getting that now with my guys. But we got to understand, too, that it is for what it is. Now, let's listen to Mina. She said this, and this is only about a minute or such, and we keep it moving.
I'm going Caleb Downs for Dallas. Caleb Downs is, on paper, the answer to so many of the things that Dallas got wrong, not just last year, but has gotten wrong for years. Just to throw out some of the several ways in which the Dallas defense was a bit of a disaster. 31st in the second level run defense, according to FTN. 28th in the open field. They gave up 51 15-yard plus runs. Only the Giants were worse.
51? No, hold on. Did I read this? Did I see that one? 51 15 yards plus. No, that's wowzers. That's crazy. Look, let's listen to this again. Good grief.
Defense, according to FTN, 28th in the open field. They gave up 51 15-yard plus runs. Only the Giants were worse in giving up explosive runs. Something that you imagine.
That's not even trying right there. I have to go back and chart the games, boy. That's like pouring alcohol down the eyelids, man. It's crazy.
Will be very good at helping us limiting some of those explosives. He's a phenomenal run defender. Zone coverage, I want to highlight this because when I think about the Dallas Cowboys defense in 2025, it felt like everybody was always in the wrong spot or they were taking bad angles. They gave up 0.25 EPA per play, which was 32nd in zone coverage, 7.7 yards per play, which was also 32nd in the league. He has many great qualities, but the thing, and I mentioned this around the draft, that jumps out is he puts people in the right position to play football. In addition to being in the right position himself, he is a brilliant young player. He's an excellent communicator. He really, hypothetically, Dan, should solve those issues for Dallas.
You look at, do they have issues in the slot? Yeah. Do they have issues at linebacker? Yeah. Do you have some questions about what's happening in the defensive line? Yeah. He can't play everywhere.
Yeah. You can't get someone to play everywhere, but you for dog sure can get people to move in good spots and spaces, some places, right? Shout out to you, Ace Boog, man. Thank you for your support. Let me check it out, man. I really appreciate you for your love and adulations for the nation. We really thank you for all your donations to help me get things going in the best way possible. So we do have a cash app of $1 million from Ace Boogie, man. I'm just playing. I'm like, Jerry, I'm coming after you, man, if you sent that. All right, check your cash app, Ace Boog, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. The Oxnard Fund. Put AB in the chat. Not for Anthony Brown, but for my guy, Ace Boogie, for sending me literally $22 because they're $1.99, that penny. Yeah. YouTube took that penny. So it's $22, man. Appreciate you. In the name of Emmitt Smith. Let's go, man. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So you sent me a Emmitt Smith, man. Where my Emmitt at? There you go, Emmitt. This is how much he sent me, though. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, man, for your support for the nation, man. Shout out to you. That's my guy, Ace Boog.
But I think the fact that you can have him be this queen on the chessboard is going to be just so magical for potentially what this Christian Parker defense can do. He is someone who is more in like a Buda Baker type of thing, which he said himself. And I think a lot of people.
I'm going Caleb.
Yep. And then he goes into more details about that. I don't know how excited you guys would have been if it was like 5 or 6 years ago. If we had a Buda Baker, man, who remember we were asking, praying, and just hoping and wishing that we had a Buda Baker type of situation. Well, guess what? We got that now. And one can argue the upside and the ceiling is a little bit higher than Buda Baker, but I'm not going to put that all on him. I would take a straight up, if he just plays like a Buda Baker, I would just take that straight up, right? But that is a good situation to be in, Cowboys, and that is the Cowboys with a Caleb Downs and getting things going. And I like hearing stories about all of this. And speaking of stories about all of this, shout out to John Machota for posting some of these clips here. And you can see that even in the D-line room. Yes, we pushing big body case. Stop me for the 9-8. I got to sell 1 million copy. You got Jay Toya inside with 93. And then you have Clark. You have all of those boys, man. 99 for your mind. You got all of those things. You see them. in that, and that's this D-line should be a whole lot better than what we've seen in the previous years. Now, everyone has a reason, but results are what matter. And I'm hoping that even with the sample size that we are seeing now in OTAs, if Jay Toya can just be a little bit better than what he was last season, that'll be a plus, man. And then Barham, the storyline of a linebacker wearing 55 with brute strength and size and being able to run, rally, chase, and hit. I'll take that. Matter of fact, we need him to just show us something, right? And it's not much. We're not asking for everything. I just want him to show us something. And could it be better than Kenneth Murray? Can it be better than Sanborn and Wilson and whoever else we had out there last season? My answer to that is yes. If I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but last year, tackling leader for the Cowboys, can somebody, I know we only got a spoonful of you guys here right now, but can somebody put down a tackling leader? If I'm not mistaken, it was Shamar James, the rookie. He led the team in tackles. And that is something that can speak from both sides of the coin. Like Shamar James, even in college, we had reservations on how he tackled, how he pursued to the ball. And if he, as a rookie last season, who didn't start every game, by the way, was our tackling leader, that means that, boy, when Barham or when you get real linebackers in, and I'm not beating up Shamar James, I'm quite sure that he's going to be bigger, faster, stronger this season, this offseason. But he's not even projected to be your starter, So it's crazy. We still have Kenneth Murray Jr. on this team, Law. He needs to be gone. No, I think he's gone. I didn't see him on the roster, but if he's still here, some shape, form, or fashion, he needs to go. I thought that he was not signed back to the team. But if it is a world that Kenneth Murray is back out there on the field, I would really say the Cowboys are not real about themselves, man. Let me see. Who was the tackling leader? Let me see. Let me type this in. Who was the Cowboys tackling leader in 2025? Let's see. Yeah, it was oh my God. It was literally linebacker Shamar James led the Cowboys in tackles for the 2025 season. He recorded 91 tackles, combined solos, assisted. The rest of the top tacklers in 2025 bottom out to be Kenneth Murray with 81 tackles, Deron Bland, and he played with a half of a foot with 73, and Donovan Wilson, man, with 71. That's literally how bad we were last season, man. And I'm not beating up any of the guys that's on this list but Kenneth Murray. Oops. Wait a minute. I said it out loud. Hey, shout out to you, Mama Murray, Daddy Murray, all of the Murrays, man. Shout out to OU and everybody. But, man, we just can't revisit these type of moments and these type of things. There's no way possible that we go into this season with the mindset of saying, yeah, Shamar James will be our leading tackler, man. Oh, my goodness, man. We better not. We better not. Yes, indeed. Jeremy Betts says, nah, bro, Kenneth Murray is a free agent, bro. He's not here anymore. I'm not sure I was right when I looked that up. I was saying, okay, had me sweating for a second there. But before we go in any further detailings of this, let's talk about our proud sponsor about this hour, because they literally had me going down that pathway of thinking that, we about to revisit these type of things. Hold tight for me, man. But it's crazy. Hey, jeez. Let's get it, everybody. All right, before we jump back into the show, this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Look, if you've been following me for a long time, you know I'm always talking about sports therapy and inspiration, because life It ain't always easy between building a business and as well as showing up for family and dealing with loss of a loved one, creating content every day and staying mentally locked in. Sometimes we put pressure on ourselves and don't have everything figured out. One thing I have learned is that growth is not always all or nothing. Sometimes taking one small step is enough. This is why I thank BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. BetterHelp makes starting therapy easy. You take a quiz, you get matched with a licensed therapist quickly, and you can communicate however you feel comfortable via phone or text or video. And if that's not a right fit, you can switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. Over 6 million people have gotten help through BetterHelp. So visit betterhelp.com/Law Nation. Click the link in the description box to get 10% off of your first month. Therapy can be one of those spaces that help you reset, reflect, and keep things moving forward. Once again, that is visit betterhelp.com/Law Nation or click the link in the description box to get 10% off of your first month with BetterHelp. And with BetterHelp, we'll equal a better you. Let's go. Let's get it. BetterHelp. No doubt, BetterHelp, and that's what the Cowboys are literally looking for out there on the defensive side. We looking for better help, and if you guys are seeking better help, you can get 10% off by clicking the link in the description box and or mentioning Law Nation. But appreciate all of you guys that's been supporting and rocking with me along this journey. I really do appreciate you guys. Even though if you're a Knicks fan right now, you can blow V8, you can talk good about your situation because you guys are pretty much one game away now? Shoot, from winning it all. And sometimes, you know, in life, you can get all the way to the mountain and begin to say, hey, I'm going to jump off before I get to the top. And that seems like what the Spurs did last night. They jumped off the damn mountain and they didn't get to the top of it. You know, that's crazy. Could have went up, locked it up, tied 2-2, but they decided to see how Spurs can lay eggs. It was crazy. But I appreciate you living the dream. How everything going? Shout out to you, Double R. Thank you for being part of this. Gina with the G. Appreciate you. What's good? It's hot as fuck. Appreciate you, Ace Book. I know. I feel you. Spurs tripping, man. And shoot, I don't know why that they did it that way, but it is for what it is. Let's knock out some of these topics that 105 put out there. And we'll go back and forth from there and seeing which angle we can go at from here. And we got about 82 people in here. Appreciate y'all, man. Member for 14 months, this D'Angelo Brown, 87. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all like me to continue to go forward today or we want to knock out some more topic matters. And on top of that, what time would be better? I know it's the off season, but what time would be better for me to go live? Is it better for me to go live around this time, or is it better for me to go live around 3-4-ish, or should I go live around the late night era time? So let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I know it's the off season. I just want to do what's right by you guys because we can go live once or twice a day, just depending. I see a lot of ones. JV says 1. Okay, appreciate you. Perry Lock, Kerry. Yes, indeed. What's up, Law? DC for life. Appreciate you. Knicks 3-1, man. Around this time from Kobe, DC for life. Okay, what's good with you, man? Around this time. All right. Let's get right into these topic matters, man. It's not. I'm like pretty much. If you jump to the Instagram, I'm pumping out stuff daily, Instagram and Facebook, other stuff that we can do there. And then if you're on the YouTube, we at least try to go live once and give you 2 pieces of material throughout the day. So we try our best to stay afloat and give you guys information, even in a saturated market, right? Let's go to, Move this other way. All right, boom. And appreciate all of you guys for your support. This is Schottenheimer on Jadon Blue, and then we'll talk about the things that can happen after this, okay?
It came back with a different look than, what he had his rookie year. I think, most rookies have to figure it out. I thought, he and I had a very candid conversation, Joe, at the exit interviews. We just kind of put it all out there, put all cards on the table. He didn't like being inactive, and I was very honest with my opinion of why he wasn't active, and so we had some really great conversations, and he took that and he ingested it, took it in, and he's come back with a great look on his face and a great work ethic, and intelligence is off the charts. The guy is football brilliant. He really is. And
man, football brilliancy. All right, so two things I picked up from what he said. First and foremost, he said that Jadon Blue wasn't satisfied last season by being a healthy stretch, right? That let me know that he's hungry and desirable to be out there on the field, right? He wants this as much as anything. Now, the other piece that I'm going to just erase, because how can you be intelligent and wise and smart and all of this stuff, and there's news that you're technically not picking up the playbook, right? So I don't know which one it is. Now, I know that Schottenheimer is a real good coach as it relates to him not beating up anyone. But he had to beat this kid up because he had to tell him, hey, you're going to be a healthy stretch, right? So I don't know if this is just media talk from Schottenheimer. Maybe there's another version of Schottenheimer that we don't know behind closed doors, that maybe he is that guy that can be really boisterous on that aspect of it. We don't know. But from what I can tell from here is that if Jadon Blue just play and get comfortable in his system, he is fast. We've seen him at Texas, right? We've seen him be that safety release valve where you have a little dump off pass and he takes it to the distance. So I'm in the middle with Jadon Blue. Like I said, I gave Coach now 6.5. He's not a 5.5 anymore. I think that if I'm scaling Jadon Blue from a scale of 1 to 10, last year I have to put him at a 3.5. And if Jadon Blue can have a strong OTA and give us some good stuff in return, maybe Jadon Blue can be a 5.5 or a 6.5 himself.
Obviously, you see the speed and explosiveness. He's going to be a huge part of what we want to do, but he's got to continue to do his part, which he's doing great right now. So I would say night and day from where he was last year. I think he's doing.
I'll take that, though. He's got to be great. So he got speed, he got burst, he got acceleration. We need to see it on the field. You need to see it on the field, man. And some people are late bloomers, man. Some people don't show you everything year one.
Overreaction or reality, you fear the Cowboys' pass rush by committee this season will not work.
What do you mean by will not work?
You'll be disappointed in the pass rush.
I don't think it's going to be ineffective.
All right, so this topic matter is pass rushing by committee. Will it work? When we look at edge rushers, we look at things. It is built for by committee, right? We don't have that. He's going to be on the field the 1,000,000% of the time outside of Rashawn Gary, right? But even Rashawn Gary may be a rotational piece. Maybe he be a first and second down guy, and then on third downs you pull him up out of there and you put in somebody else that's a little bit more athletic that can drop back in coverage and all of this stuff. Not to say that Gary can't. Maybe that is the situation. But as of June the 11th, 2026, this is a pass rushing by committee team. you want Ezraku to get in there. You want Sam to get in there. Then by the time you get used to them, you want to throw in Law. You want to throw in Rashawn Gary. You want to keep throwing things at them. You want to blitz Barham sometimes. You want to also create a way where it's now all of a sudden where the ponytail come from. That's Mears live file, right? So you want to throw in as much things as possible. And then when you get used to the ponytail and all of that stuff coming at you, now it's overshown. You do not want to make this, hey, no, this is not a pass rush by committee. You want this by committee. And we got James Houston, right? If you throw in what James did last season on a rotational situation, that's good stuff for us, and that's coming off the bench, right? So as they say in basketball, hey, that's the sixth man. Hey, man, we need the 12th man, right? To come off the bench, and somebody need to show up and show out when it's time and necessary, right? But there's a good way to look at this, and there's a bad way to look at that. And I'm looking at the good, and that is for what it is.
I think, but I've said many times, my expectation for it is to be a lot of coverage sacks, not a lot of sacks forced by the issue. You might have some moments where a blitz works for you, and I think you're going to have some more middle linebacker blitzes that are effective for you than we're used to seeing. But I don't think it's going to be ineffective because I don't have an expectation for it.
Alec, overreaction or reality? You fear the Cowboys' pass rush by committee this season will not work.
To this,
before all of that goes, the thing is, coverage sacks, this team ain't gonna be that good in coverage like that. Bland got his name to fame because he was on a team that got pressure on the side that he was at, and his anticipation was great, right? And that's why he's the record holder of pick sixes and stuff like that. Kobe Durant, similar or situation. He's an outside DB, smaller, shorter, but he sticks to the hip. And if he's going to be your starting DB, you need to get the ball out quick. And he plays with great anticipation. Now, he can follow, trail, and cover, but that is for what it is. Too much J with a Q&A states, why is Jalen Thompson not over Hooker, Law? Two different positions. Although Jalen Thompson can play it free, but he's not a free safety. That's the short answer. The long answer is he's a strong safety, plays better around the box. Can he play on top of the roof? Yes, but it'd be a disservice to Jalen Thompson. So the other safety that the Cowboys picked up is P.J. Locke. He's more of a free guy. But if you look at the tape and stuff like that, he's not there yet, So, and the craziest thing of it is that let all of these boys compete. Don't sleep on Julius Wood. Don't sleep on, to a degree, in this system, don't sleep on Elijah Clark too. So these are guys that could be moving up on the charts on the roster side. And what a lot of people are not talking about is Darion Kendricks too. He's a serviceable guy that can play inside. You got Josh Butler. You also have Kalen Carson, who could be getting back to truer forms right now. Granted, they praise Carson's OTAs. Man, it's rough to even point out anything positive in OTAs because DBs don't have a right to the ball. You got to hope that, the ball is bouncing, picked up in the air, and then you shoot for the ball. The offseason feels like it's short, but it's long. What we got? 99 days before kickoff? Something like that? So when we start talking about, even on the topic matter, like they going to get cover sacks? No. You better figure out a way to get pressure. And I just don't think, and it's hard to look at this in a vacuum, it's hard to look at this in a vacuum. I just don't think that most of us understand how terrible the scheme was last season. But in my rightful mind, I just don't feel that will be a situation whereas Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark on a consistent basis will not be able to get home from the inside. I know for sure these boys did play last season on the back end, but I just don't foresee a world where you got an offensive line group that say, yeah, we're going to slow down Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark all game, and they ain't going to whoop our ASSSSSS. I just don't foresee that. And on top of that, you got Barham, or you have, to a degree, Overshown shooting through A gap, B gap, or sitting in the middle of the field. And we know how athletic Overshown is. The only problem with Overshown is he just stayed hurt. And I know we banking on health, but most teams are, right? But I just don't foresee this team defense looking just like it did in the last two seasons. I just don't see it. Now, as much as we take a dump on 2024's defense, I think that 2024's defense was a whole lot better than 2025's. Now, what really hurt us in 2024 was the injury to Dak Prescott. I think that if you had a healthy quarterback that season, you'd probably be scratching at the postseason. But it was just too crazy in 2024 what all happened during that year, and then to add it in back to back. What made the 2024's defense bad was technically the offense, in my opinion. That's how I'm looking at it. So we really had a year and a half of bad defense, not necessarily 2 years of bad defense. But it's hard pressed to say anything about Mike Zim and what he was doing out there. But these are two worst outcomes that you can ever think of. But it's neither here nor there.
At this point, overreaction. I think this is schematic. I think it's purely planned. I think it's something that we should expect, that there's not going to be any jarring number in a positive manner from one single player or two single players on this team. And you look at the Seattle Seahawks, the reigning Super Bowl champions, who we talk about defensively, masterminds in the scheme that they run, just beautiful. Mike McDonald and all the work that he's doing. They were tied for 7th with the most sacks in the league last year. If you go to their team stats, there was 3 players who led the team in sacks for the Seahawks, all tied at 7 apiece. And then there's DeMarcus Lawrence at 4th with 6. So I don't mind the idea. I'm not saying that they're going to copy the Seahawks model overnight, but I think that's just kind of the NFL that we're trending towards, where there's not necessarily the one dominant pass rusher on some of these better defenses.
All right, so we right now would be considered the off-brand version of what the Seattle Seahawks did on their D-line. Right now, we would be considered off-brand. Now, people giving Seattle Seahawks their flowers now, I get that. But they were just in the same ship we was in a year and a half ago. Who's old enough to remember? And I know they changed out Geno, but remember we went toe-to-toe with them boys and put about damn near 40 points on them, and we end up winning that game. But it was no defense to be seen. Instead of waddling around with it, they re-solidified their D-line, and they got things going. Let me see if I can pull this up on this right here. Let me go to team, and we're going to go to, they are NFC West, Seattle Seahawks. All right, so they went and drafted a Byron Murphy, right? And they don't have a Quentin Williams, but they have a Leonard Williams, right? They had Leonard Williams for a minute. He is no one to sneeze at. Of course, we've seen him for numerous times, but he's been an agitator for them. I think they have Jayon Reed. This kid right here, Eugene Nosowusu, you know how you say that man's name. He's on the line, of course, D-Law. But if you look up, let me see if I can find a whole roster here. And we're going to go to D-line. Come on, I got the damn Cowboys roster. Come on. Seahawks. Come on, man. Get right with it, Law. And they had Boye Mafa. They have some guys, man, that they went and had a time of developing and getting things going. And instead of complaining about it, they just improved what they got already about it. These are not household names, but these are guys like, okay, Byron Murphy, nice. Jaron Reed, always been a nice guy to be able to get upfield and stuff like that. I think that's what really happened. Now they got Fowler over there. I forgot that they picked up Fowler. And they have D-Law. The same scheme that they were running over there, we had some of it over here. Who's old enough to remember Aiden Durde, right? So it's similar but not the same. And now when you start to think about it, if you look up Leonard Williams versus Quentin Williams, give me Quentin, right? If you think about Byron Murphy versus Kenny Clark, give me Byron Murphy, though. But when you start to think about what we got as far as the interior play, they got that. The rotations of Jaron Reed, Boye Mafe last season, when you had the likes of D-Law coming in with wisdom and understanding of the game. On paper, we have a solid defense of what Ace Boog is saying. So it is for what it is. Just got to finish and have the physical trait of getting to the ball. And, of course, the Cowboys have every opportunity to do such. It's just that now we could be like the Seattle Seahawks when they were a year removed from winning and they won it, right? And they wasn't in nobody's playoffs the year before last. So it's similar but not yet the same. And the Cowboys can be operating out of that same vein if they just get things going. All right, so this is Broadus on Rashawn Gary at the Cowboys OTAs.
Got a view today of Rashawn Gary, because last week I didn't really get to see him work all that much. Tell you what, man, the guy's got some size to him. He's got some thickness to him, lower body thickness, the calves area, stuff like that. That guy's pretty quick. I mean, when you're talking about getting off the ball, there were some drills and stuff that they were doing where it was slap the hands, get around and then attack the quarterback arm. He was one of these guys you're like going, oh, okay. See, you saw him win last year with some of that. You saw some pressures last year. He's got a little bit more pass rush skill than you think. And you would say, okay, well, maybe, this guy's just a run defender. This guy's got some
7.5 sacks in the first 8 games last year.
He's got some of that. So maybe they could get something out of him the way they're playing. Got a view today.
I mean, he's not a rookie. We know that we need pass rush. He's not a Max Crosby. He's not a Myles Garrett. He's not T.J. Watts or Parsons or none of that. But he can be a piece that's added to this team. And if we can do twist stunts, man, if we can get to the quarterback, put another linebacker on his side, and you get off to the edge, and then you drop that linebacker in coverage, and you show delay blitz. There's ways that you can get creative. Yeah. So my thing is, the Cowboys last season, we for damn sure was not creative, So that's where we got to understand that at least this year, can we be creative enough to generate those things that we need.
You're starting to see this practice. I noticed Caleb Downs playing more free safety than playing in the slot. So they were using Durant and they were using Reedy Stewart in the slot or a lot of this action. It's still Elijah Clark had a blitz where he got home on a rush that would have resulted in a sack. So they're trying to do some things. These safeties are trying to rotate. Again, with Jalen Thompson being out, P.J. Locke was part of this, but it was the first time that I'd seen Downs play as a deep safety along with Malik Hooker in this thing. So those are.
So in order to two deep safeties, would it cover two or to a degree three? I would say that quarters defense going to be a whole lot better, right? When you having the mindset, the way that they get things going. I truly believe that we should never, ever be vanilla. I want most quarterbacks read from high to low, and I know Christian Parker is going to get these guys going. Before pre-snap, you see Downs on the roof, and then he is creeping up closer to the LOS, and damn, it's single high safety. You reading cover two, and it's single high. I know for sure that with the creativity of the versatility of guys being able to play inside and out, like a Kobe Durant, to a degree DK, and Elijah Clark, that's a plus for us, right? It's just that these guys must know where they need to be at, and I like the fact that cross-training, putting these guys in every position possible. This defense should be unbelievable fun to watch. But in order for it to be fun to watch, I need these reporters to be truth with us. That's why it's so important, man. I play DB. I know, I get it. When we start talking about certain things out there on the field, it's better to be versatile versus being one-sided, right? But what I don't need is reporters reporting, and I'm not talking about Broaders or anybody else, but what I'm saying is I don't need reporters reporting stuff that they don't really understand. And it is very important to know that with versatility is absolutely everything. And if you got PJ, and if he fool around and he can play the fourth side and he has fourth side responsibility, or if he can go to the deeper third and then before the snap is done, now he's back inside the box, that creates so much issues for quarterbacks. And we didn't have that creativity last season. We literally seen that we were playing everybody 10, sometimes 15 yards off from the ball, right? And giving the underneath. And as soon as we chopped it down, as soon as the opposing team chopped it down so many times, and we saw our defenders trying to creep back inside, if I can get a DB to step forward before backwards, I'm already winning. And that's how Eberflus had this thing last year, and it was crazy. So yes, indeed. So it's just for what it is. Future Vision says, I hope CP can drive this Ferrari. We putting a lot of faith in CP. That's a yes and a no, because he's the figurehead on the defense. But what I like more than anything is the resume of Marcus Dixon. Like in the last 2 seasons, no one have generated more pressure and sacks than him, right? We didn't have that guy last season, right? So, and when we started talking about Ryan Smitty, the defensive back coach, the secondary coach, if you look up his resume, those things beats out what we seen last year. So I get the CP argument that, hey, and they're putting a lot of dip on his plate. But old folks say not everybody's lying, right? If CP is not as advertised of what he said that he can do, then Pat Surtain is a liar, right? If CP is not able to do the things that he's can do or provide, then Justin Simmons is a liar, right? We would then have to go back and just point out the liars, right? And say, hey, man, these dudes lying on this man's name, right? We have to point out how long of a face Vic Fangio felt when CP said, hey, I'm finna join another team and it's going to be in the rivalry side, we would have to point out and say, man, Vic Fangio, he's a damn liar. You see what I'm saying? We would have to start saying that these people that start to bloviate and talk all of this good stuff about say pay, they are all liars. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need to point out more so than anything. Because at the end of the day, we nearly swept the damn Eagles last year. And that's CP's or Vic Fangio's defense. But one thing we did see is that their DBs, far as for what they were able to do, were everywhere around the ball. And that's something that we have to also put into perspectives. Now, the other thing is talent-wise, who last season was of the talent of this guy, Caleb Downs?
You're starting to see this practice. I noticed Caleb Downs playing more free safety than playing in the slot. So they were using Durant and they were using Reedy Stewart in the slot or a lot of this action. It's still Elijah Clark had a blitz where he.
See, hey.
When it comes to Durant, I love what Schottenheimer had to say about him in the presser. That his communication is elite. And that, to me, I'm loving hearing about communication these days just as much as athleticism, maybe even more. So I thought it was interesting that Schottenheimer highlighted that, given the train wreck that this team was last year trying to figure things out. He said, I'm thrilled with where the pass defense is right now. Flexibility, versatility, and disguise.
He loves Shotty does. Shotty.
Nah, flexibility, versatility. Yeah. Future, I'm not beating you down. No. He said, Law, you know the lights are brighter in Dallas than any other, paraphrase, than any other team. Yeah, I agree with that. But before we go into details of Kobe Durant, in the last 15 years, let's make it 15 years. There's not one DB on the Dallas Cowboys team in the postseason, even if you combine all of their INTs together, got more than Kobe Durant. Just let that sink in. Like, this guy literally is a cast off over there in LA, right? Because they got Duffy, they got a whole bunch of other stuff that they went and got, and they were mad because they were like, hey, we really want Kobe Durant to stay. But now you add in the fact that Kobe is here. Durant is here. So it's crazy how we've been allergic to any success in the postseason because there's not been a lot of takeaways. There haven't been a lot of turnovers. Defense been voided. I get it. Both quarterbacks, if you talk about Tony Romo, if you talk about Dak Prescott, I get it. Collectively speaking, there's 24 years on them, right? 24 years. Because if I'm not mistaken, Tony played 14 seasons, right? Dak is going into his 10th season or 11th, give or take, 24 years. And I just don't ever think of, or I can't recall, when it get to the postseason, where in the hell our defense been? In 24 years, what's been the defensive thing? And I get it, somebody gonna yell out, well, you know, technically they held the 49ers to X, Y, and Z points or what have you. Where the turnovers? Where the takeaways? I saw in one series, one fatal swope. I think it was the damn Washington team. They had 5 of them in one game. We can argue back and forth about the misfortunes of the Cowboys and putting the blame on Tony and putting the blame on Dak. But if you look at those same games, man, our defense been terrible in the postseason. To this day, I'm still hearing the Minnesota Vikings horn. When we played against Minnesota and they had that Allen, I forgot that name. I think his name is Jared Allen or something. And he'll do the little sack dance. getting to Tony Romo, but all I could think of, they had Sidney Rice looking like Jerry Rice. I'm sitting here like, whoa, what's going on? You know, and even with the 2014, the catch, no catch. Don't y'all understand? Aaron freaking Rodgers was playing the entire game on one leg. And we couldn't fabricate or generate a pass rush. To be fair to DeMarcus Lawrence, the game before that time frame, when we played against the damn Lions, it was him that cost the fumble, right? On Stafford and company. And we needed that. That was the last time we saw a defensive play to plus positive. And if you fast forward to 2016, they jumped up by damn near 40 points on us. Green Bay, we didn't have no defense. Jeff Heath and them. So it's just been like that. You know, it's been for a long time. Our defense let us down. We can talk about the offense, but man, if you think you don't need defense, man, just look at John Elway. Look at John Elway. They wouldn't have won that damn 2 Super Bowls back to back if it wasn't for their defense and their run game and them yellow teeth. Them yellow teeth. Something about them yellow teeth, man. Yes, indeed.
He loves the ability to communicate from defensive backs because he wouldn't stop talking about it with Jalen Thompson. He wouldn't stop talking about it with Kobe Durant. We were trying to figure out who he was tipping off might be his green dot choice that he's like, I'm not telling y'all. It led me to believe he was talking about Jalen Thompson. And so that's clearly something that they've got a big focus for, especially with Parker looking for smart defensive backs.
When it comes to Durant, I love what Schottenheimer had to say.
Shout out to Schottenheimer. Yeah, Hootenheimer. And all of the things, man. John Elway got that T-fans, boy. Shout out to John Elway. That's the way to go out, though. Peyton Manning, man, shoot, he would have had him one ring. And the first ring with the Colts, they were an opportunistic team, right? And the craziest thing of it, what's the black guy name there? The coach's name is the tip of my tongue. Is it Tony Dungy, right? Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy. Yeah, it was Tony Dungy. Just think about it. Peyton Manning, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. It's not like he had Jason Garrett as his damn coach, right? He had Tony Dungy, you know. Hey, and he was a defensive-minded coach, and their defense was terrible to a point. But they knew how to blitz and get up things. I think it was Rashawn Methodist or whoever, and Bob Sanders and all of them boys. They still had some substance of defense. And it took him almost 10 years to win a damn Super Bowl, right? And then they had to fabricate the last one because the last Super Bowl Peyton Manning won, he couldn't throw from me sitting down in his chair to the camera. But they had defense. Yeah, they had defense. Yeah. Elway won with a torn ACL. Yeah. So did So did my guy, what's his name, Tom Brady. He had torn meniscus and all this other stuff. It's all crazy. But they'd never talk about how Doug Williams won with a shattered knee, you know, and they rewarded him by benching him the following year. Say, hey, get that dude up out of his program.
Look at my African American over here.
Yes, indeed, boy. This was crazy. We talked about Jadon Blue's praises. Let's talk about Dak Prescott and communications.
Probably just going against them, their communication. You know, when we motion or we make moves or calls, they're as loud as we are, they're echoing, and just a defense that communicates loud is usually a defense that's sound. So just excited about that.
Whether you listen to him or you listen to Brian Schottenheimer, you listen to anybody talk in the NFL, it's so difficult sometimes to tell, like, all right, what is what is genuine praise for a group of people or genuine praise for a player on your roster versus gassing him up or saying the nice thing because he's a teammate?
We're about to find out with the Schottenheimer clip here in a second.
Yeah, and so I think on this front here, I think that's genuine. Like the fact that he's specifically talking about how loud they are echoing the calls and different things like that, I think it probably is standing out to him specifically after the defense they saw last year where everything was so broken. Yeah. Everything in the way they communicate was so fundamentally broken that it's encouraging that it's a refresher and they all hear it and it stands out to them. It's super troubling that it stands out that much to them, probably.
It's 10 years in the league. If that stands out, the defense is vocal, communicating during practice. That's troubling. It's not troubling for Dak. It's troubling for, like, the last 10 years. You mean to tell me they haven't been communicating?
Probably.
Yeah, it's crazy. Communication is always is a good thing, the way that Park is setting this up. Now, shout out to Lil Dallas that's in the chat. Now, you know I got some shape, form, of photographic memory. And let me know if I'm wrong. You was the guy that was saying that Aaron Rodgers, the Cowboys should trade for Aaron Rodgers. They're not educated that, Dak had a no-trade clause. And now let's just play this game. You've been campaigning for Aaron Rodgers for a long time. What happened, bro? Just tell me what happened to Aaron Rodgers. What team in the last 5 to maybe 6 years with the Cowboys run would Aaron Rodgers would have won it all if he was here with the silver and blue and the star on the side of his helmet? Because I'm old enough to remember that Aaron Rodgers was on a team with the Jets that had a better defense. They had this nice wide receiver. They had run game. They had D-line. They had everything known to man, and he couldn't win there, right? And then he went to another team. And if I'm not mistaken, Aaron Rodgers could do the John Elway this year, but he had everything that the God can provide to him. He had a better arm, a stronger talent. And what's going on with Aaron Rodgers? Like, what year would Aaron Rodgers would have been able to overcome these things? And it's always baffling to me that the first thing people will say is that Aaron Rodgers would have been able to do X, Y, and Z. Don't you know the craziest thing is that even when Aaron Rodgers went, 15-1 that year, and they had all of this explosiveness and the MVP run and all of this stuff, you know what one team that Aaron Rodgers couldn't beat? It's the same damn team we couldn't beat. Was the damn 41ers. It's like it's Mike McCarthy all over again. It's like for sure. If you look it up, now he got him a ring, and I ain't gonna tarnish Aaron Rodgers' ring. But if you look at all of those good years, name the team that Green Bay Packers, when they beat us, but the very next team, it would have been the damn 49ers, and they kept losing to the 49ers. Yes, indeed. Old is old. But it is for what it is. 12-5, 3 years in a row, not even making the NFC Championship game is diabolical. I agree with that. But in those 12-5 years, 12-5, point out to me the INT, the pick six, the forced fumble, scooping scores, and all of this stuff. You can't point out the defense doing anything. You can't even point out in the 12-5 seasons. Let me guarantee you this. Even when you get to the postseason, don't you know the average running back, average yards was 2.4 yards per attempt? That's less than 3. That was with Zeke. That was with the other running back that we had at the time. That's how terrible we were on those things. Now, granted, we talk about 12-5. In the history of Cowboys history, we expect this quarterback to erase all of that And the Cowboys never, ever was able to do that in the history of time. That goes all the way back to Roger Staubach. Dwayne Thomas never averaged 2.4 yards per tote, nor Tony Dorsett never averaged 2.4 yards per tote. When it was time for them to get to the big dance, on top of that, both defenses were considered ultra elite that we still talk about to this day. Like if I mention doomsday defense, and even though we talk about 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, how far were the Cowboys 12-5 and 12-5 and 12-5 from the doomsday defense? But we expect those teams and variations of teams to win it. It's impossible to think that, right? And although in the 90s they didn't have the name of a doomsday defense, but all 3 Super Bowls that they won in the 90s were considered top 4, top 3 defenses. Like, I'm winning this debate by just talking history facts to you guys, right? And Emmett, in all of those postseason runs, never averaged 2.4 yards per tote. Never averaged 2.4 yards per tote. Never. So, miss me with all of those things. And you said, Donald, 0 turnovers in the last 3 playoff games. Now, go in and pull up the running back and let me know who Kenneth Walker is, right? Like I can play this game all day. It may sound like bevies of excuses, but this is ultimate facts that you guys don't want to hear. And that's just for what it is. You are not going to win on a consistent basis by putting and placing everything on your quarterback and no one else show up. If you could literally sit me down and say, yeah, but in this postseason game, man, Ezekiel Elliott was averaging 6 yards per tote, man. He had 3 touchdowns, and all Dak had to do is just drive the bus straight. You can't point that out. And I'm going all the way back, not just for Dak Prescott, I'm lumping in Tony Romo. Like, if you start to talk about postseason games, yeah, DeMarco Murray did fumble that damn ball. But then, look at the defense. The guy had 1 leg in 2014. You can't point out any other thing. These are facts that you guys don't want to hear. Our defense in the last 24 to maybe 30 years been more of the problem than any of these things with offense. Defense win championships. We didn't have the kind of caliber of run game times defense that the Seattle Seahawks did. Matter of fact, if you guys want flowers, I give you a little flower, some of the Eagles fans. We haven't had that one game that in the postseason, like Saquon Barkley did in the snow against the Rams. We've never seen that over here on our side in many a moon since the 90s. You're mixing regular season versus postseason. Javonte had 1,200 yards. We know that the offense was crazy good last season. You know, that's not the same. Javonte having 1,200, he could have had 1 billion yards. The defense was still going to give him 1.5 billion. Literally, K9 and Charbonnet. Yeah. So it is for what it is. Like, let's not be foolish. One of the things that a lot of people ask, and I can tell football pedigree is what they missed out on, is the whole angle. Hey man, in that last Super Bowl, and I'm not beating up Jalen Hurts. Shout out to Hurts. He got him a ring. So did Brad Johnson. In the last Super Bowl, they said, man, he outperformed Pat Mahomes. And look at what he was able to do by air. When you have a dynamic running game, you got to pick your poison. Either you're going to load the box and have one-on-ones to the outside to stop the run, or you're going to force the team to throw the ball all everywhere. So it's just for what it is. I would love to see the day that you will line up and say, we're going to play the Cowboys with a loaded box and keep the players on the outside like GP and CD Lamb one-on-one all game, shoot, give me them problems. Oh, my goodness, don't y'all know how many 300 and 400-yard days we will have? But instead, when teams play the Cowboys, they were dropping 6. Run it, you know what I'm saying? Until last year, I love the fact how Javonte Williams run. It do kind of give us carbon copies of like what happened when you looked at the older games with the 90 Cowboys. At least if you playing with a light box, at least he can dig you up out of there. I do love that aspect of it. Yeah. But call in if you want to put a question out, because I can't read all of that stuff that's going up and down on the screen. Yeah. Common sense, Chiefs sold out to stop Barkley. Which, would you rather have the Hurts to beat you or Barkley? And at that time, they was like, shoot, give me, let Barkley beat us if he can. Nope. They said let Hurts beat us if he can, and Hurts hurt them, and that's just truth of it. And let's not act like the defense didn't do their job. The defense was good. It's hard pressed. You will have to be an insane fan of a Cowboys to look the camera straight in the face and say, man, that damn Eagles defense was trash. You had to be out of your cotton picking mind if you think that. Respect is respect. You have to respect that defense. That defense was really good on the Super Bowl run that they had. They wasn't the defense that we had last season, right? So that's just the reality of it. But let's get this thing too. And the Chiefs were thin. I know it is for what it is. And then people were pretty much tired of the Chiefs winning. You do get that winning fatigue thing, whereas now all of a sudden people are like, man, shoot, let somebody else win it, And I'm not saying that the football Illuminati gods was sitting there saying, okay, let's find a new winner. But people became Chief fatigue, and they made it about the damn Taylor Swift and all of the news and stuff like that. So it became political football to a smaller degree as well. But before we go any further, if you're driving through Dallas and you fool around and have someone to rear end you or T-bone you before you dial 911, man, you can just reach out to our proud partners.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214 or 817. Every 3 you can dial your phalanges there. And be sure to reach out to our proud partners, Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. Even if you are at work, slip off of that ladder and hit that hip, man, you just reach out to our people, man. They'll fight for you and not against you like those insurance companies saying, man, just take the $500 and sit down somewhere. No. That $500 could be $500,000. So make sure you reach out to our proud partners, Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. Now, there was somebody that asked me a question. Just jump right on into the phone line for your mind. That's my line, 657-390-7391. And you can do the Q&A there. Reach out to me and ask me any question that you so desire. Now, back to Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. If you can't dial that number, just visit FrenkelFirm.com and pull up on us on the website and put down all your inquiries there. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we just having an open dialogue, Q&A, freestyle, and we get things going the best way possible. I got the first caller from the 254. You're live on the Nation, presented to you by Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers.
Hello, Nation.
John, what's good, man? Turn me down in the background, John. What's good, man? This new number?
how we get things going the best way possible. I got the first caller from the 254.
Nothing much.
Good to hear from you, my brother.
Long time no talk.
Yeah, long time no talk, man. And you right here in Dallas, man. That's crazy. We're going to have to pull up on you, man.
I
Take your time, John. I'm all here for you, my dog. I'm all here for you.
Did you know? Did you know? I went to the store in Frenkel, and I went. I went on a tour.
You went on a tour? Okay.
Yeah.
John, do me a huge favor, man. Who is your favorite player on defense right now? Active player right now. Who's your favorite player on defense?
The active player is defense.
Right now.
I will say I don't really know. I just got out of the Hotspur a couple months back.
Oh, a couple months back, so you haven't been following.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you good. You good. All right, so I just need to figure out who's your favorite player on defense or offense, and what I can do is I can reach out to them and have them to come out to where you at, especially if you can come out to the Star, and we can either get you a signed jersey or something like that, and get things going before the season kick off. I may have the ability to do it right before Oxnard. So come up with that, whether it's on offense or defense, and we'll make it happen for you, my brother.
And I was trying to call you your personal phone.
On my personal phone? Shoot me a text message, and I'll see if I can go through it. I had an update on my phone, so there's a lot of people that's been missing out on some things. But just shoot me a text message, okay? Is this your personal line right here?
Yes.
Give me 1 second. Let me don't say the number, but I'm finna grab it right quick. Hold on, I got to screenshot it. Give me 1 second here, my brother. All right, John, I'm gonna text you, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Let me hear you say it.
How about the Dallas Cowboys go DC for
That's my guy.
And Law Nation?
Let's get it, man.
I hope I can do this, and you can do this before the season.
Me too, man. We got you.
To see a player.
Most certainly, man. And keep in mind, we undefeated when you go to the game. Appreciate you, John. Yep. Thank you so much, man.
I see you. and I will wait for you to text.
I got you, man. I got you. Okay, John?
Okay.
That's my guy, John, man. He's a superhero in my opinion. Met him about 3 years ago, 3 or 4. Been rocking with the channel, rolling with us. Check out his TikTok. He's doing it crazy good over there as well. Always supporting his team. Even boy, when we down and out, John's still gonna have a positive message. And a lot of people don't know John's story. John have a real solid story. Don't want to peel it back open today, but just check him out, man. Jonathan Hall is his name, and that's his whole government name. He's not afraid to say it. And one time I was live, he had the whole, like, where he was staying at. True story. Everybody in that facility, when I go live, and that's why I got to watch what I say sometimes, but he put me on loudspeaker phone, and everybody in the whole entire facility was listening to the show, man. And that's crazy. I like, boy, you got the whole place listening to Law Nation on the big screen. Show me pictures of, I'm on the big screen, boy, on the TV. So I don't know if I'm on the big screen now, but man, shout out to my guy John and all what he do. I got this guy right here. At some point, I got to mention that you guys going to hear it in his voice and how the jaws of victory, pause if necessary, that they done ripped apart, and they did this to them Spurs. You know, I never forget, you know.
Swallowed up.
How in the hell you get swallowed up from a 30-point lead? I got from the 201 100 grand with the plan. Oh my goodness, man! How is that even possible, man?
Listen, man. That just shows that you never give up. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
You know what I'm saying? You always fight. But one thing I gotta tell y'all, Law Nation was hating on social media.
Yeah.
He was hating. He was dropping clips. He was jolly and happy.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, the Spurs lost because of Law Nation.
Yeah, they did.
They lost.
Oh my God! Hell yeah! Y'all like, hey, the Spurs are up by 22 points. All they got to do now is manage. If they can just hold the fort down, they can come back to Texas 2-2 and just get back on the right horse. Yeah, get on up there. Then I look up, I said, what? They shooting threes? What? They keep shooting threes. You up by 28 points. They shot 3 straight threes in a row, something like that.
They did. Everybody thought it was over. Everybody halftime, they thought it was over. They were, you know, come on, man. And then, you know, we just put Brunson on them. You know,
man.
Brunson gonna get a statue outside the garden.
Not to get confused with Lord, you know, Bronson.
No.
Oh my God! I said, man, they're finna make a series out of it. Oh my gosh, man. I wonder how much the Knicks paid Fox, man. How much they had to pay him, man. I said, you had no shot clock. What you doing going up for the layup? You know?
Nah, when what's his name missed that layup, we could have had to go up 3. Well, I don't know what he was thinking about.
Man,
why in the world? Come on, we could have went up 3, could have been sealed the game. He missed it. He ain't know if he wanted to dunk it or lay it up. He ain't know what he wanted to do. What is you doing?
Oh, I know what play. I know what play you talking about. Yeah, he had missed it. Yeah.
You know what he wanted to do. I was yelling, man. Look,
Wemby done turned into damn Shaq. I mean, God, dog, you can't hit free throws. You can shoot the three, but you can't hit the free throw. Come on, man.
I didn't expect him to miss both of them. I thought he would miss one. I said, miss both. It's over. It's over.
Man.
So my man come flying in. I'm gonna tell you this right now. That's probably all over posters and everything. He come flying in like the Lord and Savior to tip that ball in. Oh man, listen. That's Nick history right there, man. That's whoop.
You
But
know,
I think y'all gonna win it on Saturday, man. We gotta do y'all. I ain't gonna give y'all one.
you want to close out at home. Yeah. I know how that feels. Yeah, you want to close it out at the crib. And the Spurs got to win 3 in a row. And then you got LeBron James speaking out of term like, shut your up, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, well, the Knicks ain't going to be able to do that in Spurs land. When the Spurs finna go on the run. I said, God, dog, come on, man, LeBron. Yeah, hush, shut up, you know? Man, God, no, man. Messed up a wet dream. I'm talking about, man, I thought for sure the series going to be tied 2-2. And then the momentum was just going to carry over and just the Spurs to do the right thing, man.
Right.
I had me singing the song, "It's over now." Oh, my gosh, man. Just let you know that in basketball, no lead is safe.
No
lead is safe.
Especially with the 3-point shot, Law. You know that.
It was safe. Was safe. It's not like the Knicks came back from shooting threes. They came back from stupidity of the Spurs, man. Come on, man. The Spurs up by 40 points and they shooting threes, you know, from the half court line. I'm just like, what the?
I agree. We can't do that. We can't do that. But hey, man. That ain't my problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That ain't my problem. That ain't
okay. It ain't your problem.
We sitting here trying to win the chip, man.
Oh
we
my God.
We gonna win the chips. Knicks in 6, man. Let's go.
Knicks in 6, man. Oh Lord, man.
Knicks in 6. We outside, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's Law Nation fault. I'm telling everybody, it's Law Nation fault because he was on Instagram with his videos. I ain't say nothing.
No, you didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing. You can tell by the countenance in my voice who I was favoring, you know. People sitting there questioning like, Law, you a Spurs fan? Hell no. But that shit, I'm a fan tonight. Yeah. I was a fan that night, but man, Wembyana, the shoot. Turn into lasagna, you know what I'm saying? Wemby turned gimpy.
But hey, man, that's what you say. The difference between a champion. You know, he's not a champion yet. Notice I say yet. Because he know what time it is now. He got to get in that weight room, get in the gym.
Yeah, he got to, man.
And that's it. That's the only thing with him. He got to get in the gym.
Now, the whole argument was, you know, when he pushes back, when he fight back. And I heard the statement, I forgot who it was. I think it could have, no, it wasn't Melo. It was somebody that was saying that basically it's one-sided because when Wemby pushed back, they saying, oh, man, you know, it's crass for him to do that. But they foul him too, though. They be fouling Wemby, man. But he do need a sandwich, though.
Nah, he need a Law.
You need a sandwich, man.
Shaq was the same way. And Shaq, you try to foul Shaq, he still went up and dunked the ball. He was too strong.
Too strong.
Wemby got to look at some Shaq film.
Mm-hmm.
He got to get in that gym. If he look at some Shaq film, get in that gym, and you notice people don't, I don't know how else to say this, back down pause, though. We're big time pause on the back down.
Right,
to the basket. And go up there and dunk. They don't do that in basketball no more. If they just did that yesterday, we're not talking about a Knicks victory today.
You talking about crashing the board, man. Like the putback got to be there. And when Anthony Towns, when he went out for the
basket.
Oh yeah, old school tradition.
Yeah.
I think that if I
We're
could,
not talking about a Knicks victory right now. If Wemby would have did that, he's 7'4". Who's stopping him? Right. You right, man. Shoot. I think they too damn soft nowadays, man. That's what I'm saying. He got to get in the gym. He got to get his weight up in the gym, and he got to look at some Shaq film. And you know, I think that'll make him a way better player. That means I could take you inside and back you down and score, or I could shoot the three. I can do whatever. It's nothing I can't do. He don't have a post game.
Yeah, he got to get that going, man. Just
He gotta
develop
get
it
focused,
somehow.
and he got to get stronger in the gym. He's too skinny.
Yeah.
He's
Cause
too
old boy,
skinny.
what's the guy with the headband on your team with the raglan ass hair?
What's his name?
He got the headband way
remember-
right here and got the he got the damn. What's your name?
Oh, look at my African American over here.
That dude got the African American C4 damn hair that look like
Right.
Bear Crow. What's his name? But he dogs Wemby every time they get down low. You know, he just dogs
All
them
you
out.
gotta do
He
is
wins off
fight
the post
Wemby,
and
fight-
grab the rebound. And,
Fight.
yeah.
All you got to do is fight Wemby with aggressiveness, and that's how you stop him. Wemby is a finesse player. If you back him down, you shut him down, and you meet him with force, he don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And then another thing, when Wemby is tired, he guides the ball into the rim. He doesn't shoot. He
Robinson
try to
is his
guide it
name.
into the hoop.
Yeah.
When
Robinson
Wemby
is his name.
You
Yeah.
can tell when Wemby is tired because he try to guide the ball into the hoop instead
Right.
of trying to. That's what he does.
He's trying to
And
guide
that's
it,
another
yeah.
thing about him too. He got to get his wind up. He's not he ain't prepared for play all those minutes either. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not. And the role players on his team, they're nice role players, but they do too much standing around for me too. Don't stand around and just wait for Wemby to do something. You got to do something too. But the Spurs is a young team, so you expect that from a young team. The Knicks, they're a veteran team. They done been there, you know. So I feel like we're going to get y'all one on Saturday, and then we're going to come back to New York and close this thing up, man. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do, man.
Yeah.
We got to let the Spurs fans celebrate something at home. So we're going to get y'all.
You give him a little teaspoon of hope.
Yeah, to celebrate. You know what I'm saying?
Man, but to the Cowboys, man, what you got on the Cowboys side?
Man, you know.
And Mitchell Robinson
know
is his
about-
name, though. Mitch Robinson.
Okay.
Man, if I put a hot comb on that man's head, all that size and height, just give me to the comb, you know.
To the comb.
Yeah, it'd be like a power weapon right here. Yeah. Yes, indeed, man. He beating the hell out of Wemby, man. I'm sitting there like, come on, Wemby. but neither here nor there, man. But what you got for the Cowboys? Sound like you got auntie over there, man. You want me to hit you back?
Nah, you good. But with the Cowboys, man, you know, with the Cowboys, man, it's early. You know, I'm ready to see George. You know, ready to see George come in and practice. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm ready to see. And I like the way that these defense. I want to see this defense though, Law. I'm hearing too much good things about this defense. I want to see it, and I can't wait for Oxnard.
Right. Because
I want to see this defense, man, because they talking like, man, they legit.
Yeah, I mean they are, man. So hopefully, man, everything else can find a way, man. I don't put a lot of energy in OTAs. But when training camp get around,
but it's set up for the offense in the OTA.
Yeah, you can't make compete on the ball.
That's why I'm saying, like, the defense is for them to be the communication and all of that to already be there. That's a plus. We wasn't talking like this in prior years about how the communication and how they there and how they getting all these sacks. We wasn't talking about that. So I find that very impressive, man. You know, I don't care about the offense. I don't care. I'm not focused on the offense at all because we already know what they about.
Hell yeah.
I
That's what I'm
want to
trying
know
to tell
about
you
this
folks.
defense.
Yep. But man, I'm gonna let you go, man. I appreciate for calling in,
right,
Chief.
man.
Yes, indeed,
All
man.
right.
Yes, indeed. That's my guy, 100 grand. They said as he whispers. Y'all crazy in the chat, man. Y'all so damn crazy, man. The next caller, let's bring him on in about, and I don't know, DJ. Are you from the East Coast, man? Where you from, DJ?
Yo, what's up? You know I'm from New York, man. What's up with
Oh
those
yeah,
Knicks,
I knew you had a New York accent too.
That's what Wemby get. That's what Wemby get. That's what Wemby get. All that talking. Big body Brunson did his thing, boy. Yeah. And we about to finish him right in San Antonio too. All that talking. What? Castle got locked the F down. What are you talking, man? Big boy status up here, nigga. You're talking about 53 years, boy. 53 years, man.
I know, man. Hey, y'all about to be crunk, man. Look.
What are you talking about? Castle saying you're gonna win 4 straight. You don't think you was about to come and blow his doors off? You bugging. Oh, we think we're gonna win 4 straight. You're bugging. You young pups, man. You better shut your mouth.
So what you gonna do for the parade, man?
Man, I'm not even from New York City, but best believe I'm gonna be there.
Okay, so you VIP or 100 grand, boy, y'all finna have a blast out there, man. I might have to fly up there.
God.
I might have to fly up there.
I don't even know him, but I will try to find him. But yo, I just want to say this first before anything. Yo, I got on when that brother was on. I love you just because off the strength of Cowboy Talk. I love you even more. Pause because of that, bro. You're such a real dude, man. I respect you for that because you know what? Some people would just, like, the comments would be laughing or the person wouldn't even put them on. You gave them just a time to breathe, bro, and I respect that to the fullest, bro.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you talking about my guy, Jay? You know, Jonathan?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna look him up. Are you on Facebook, too?
Oh, but he's on TikTok, though. Jonathan.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him up. Just because, off the strength of you, man.
Man, appreciate that, man. What else you got for me before I let you go?
But, you know, because I've been watching like mad podcasts like DC for Life, all this. I forgot this one dude. He's in there, but he had a scout on, and they were talking about CP, and it just seemed like the scout was just like we're not guessing anymore. I mean, this is what I'm taking. We're not guessing anymore on defense. Like I think for instance, I guess he went into it and he showed them, but then he showed them on the field, and he just sees everybody running, pressure, bull rushing, it's just violence. But my big concern, and because he's never played the green dot, is Overshown. You know what? He's gonna have more free to move and everything. And I think it's a good position. But what we doing winters?
Say that one more time at the end.
What do we do with D Winters then?
Oh, Winters. Oh, shoot. They gonna move him to Sam, and Overshown gonna be your Mike. And your will would probably be, Mearslev File, or they're gonna flip them both ways, either or. I think that this defense. I'm gonna wait and see, man. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna wait till when I get my real physical eyes on them, Yeah.
Who I'm really interested in, and I feel like he's gonna blow. I feel like he's gonna take off is Jadon Blue. I feel it. I don't know what. I just feel it. It's just gonna be maybe week one. Give him a toss. He might take it 70 yards. There we go. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about our defense. Just like 100 Grand said, it's all about our defense. We don't need
defense win championship, man. Yeah.
Exactly, man. GP's come back. But then I'm in my head a lot. What if CD Lamb has another season as an injury prone? Do we move him and then put GP in his spot? I'm just talking hypotheticals, man. You know how we get during the off season. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just, I can't wait, boy. Oh, I can't. My best friend's a Philly fan. He's talking so much stuff. I'm being so quiet. Because, oh yeah, Devontae Smith's not a number one, boy. And he never proved it. He's the number one. You lost your best receiver, and you talking I can't wait, bro. I
can't wait, man. Appreciate you, DJ, man. Thanks for calling in. Let me hear you say it, though. Let me hear you say it.
AC for life.
Okay, that's why I'll take that one. As long as you didn't say, how about them Knicks? It's still way too soon, man, because defense, we can rave about where they going to be at on the field. We can rave about how a defensive player beat out a Tyler Guyton or a defensive player beat out a Terrence Steele. But we got to see it in OTAs because you guys are at the mercy right now. Think about this. No offense to my guy Clarence or Calvin, or John Machota. You guys are at the mercy seat of them boys on their opinion, on what they see from their eyes, right? You can only go by what they say that didn't happen. But I erase all of that stuff when we get down there, and now we all can see what absolutely really happened out there on the field, right? So that's why that's why it's so important. Independent journalists is so important so that you guys can literally see what is needed to be seen. And that's why it is for what it is. I got Cowboy 19 of 92 from the 754. You live. Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, Law? What's up, Law? What's up, Law?
Not much, man. Not much.
Man, I got a quick question. I mean, you know, they're revisiting this thing about what's the name from the Raiders?
Al Davis.
DN, what's the name again? No, the DN.
Crosby.
You heard his legs. Yeah, Crosby.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? You think they're gonna make a move on that?
I mean,
or they just talking.
Well, this is my honest opinion. The Cowboys need to see what they got now before they make that move. Like any move on defensive edge guys now, I would prefer it to be a mid-season move. I don't want nobody to be here now before the season kickoff. I like the notion that we did draft a first-round draft pick out of Malachi Law. I love the notion that Donovan Ezaraku going into his second season. We went and got our veteran guy, Rashawn Gary. I don't want to dismiss Donovan Ezaraku and Malachi Law by going in and bringing in somebody. You know, before the draft, yes, but after the draft now, I got to see what I got. I got to see what I can get out of Law right now. I got to see what these coaching staff can do. Now, I know it's not popular. It's an unpopular opinion for me to say no to Miles, not Miles Garrett, but no to Max Crosby right now. But I just got to wait and see. The only player that I would love to go get would be Jonathan Brooks. That's a big gaping hole there. But I'm not finna spend up any of my resources to go get a Josh Sweat or to go get a Max Crosby right now. I have to see what I can get from these boys and see what they do in training camp.
Well, I'm gonna say this. This is my opinion. I think we should pull the trigger on right now because
break it down.
The reason why I say it because you know every time there's a bidding war, and there's always gonna be a bidding war when it comes to the Cowboys. So I believe right now, why is it a little dead right now? It's not like a popular thing right now with other teams. Everybody building their roster. I believe it won't hurt if we get Max Crosby right now because, I mean, it's like we looking at question marks. I'm not saying that Donovan or the roster not gonna do nothing. I'm not even saying Malachi Lawrence not gonna do nothing. But we know for sure. We know what Matt Crosby gonna do.
Right.
And I feel like if we make that move, we right there with the Rams. If we make that move, we right there with the Rams. And I believe the linebacker group that we got, believe it or not, I believe that's solid. It's gonna work out. The guy D. Whitners for the 49ers, he fit us. And the Overshown, it's the big if, big if he can stay healthy. We already know what Overshown can do. You just gotta stay healthy.
You gotta stay healthy, but that's the only thing. That's the only reason I said Jordan Brooks because the health factor. And I'm not saying it's a no. It's just a wait, right? You know, I can't have Christmas every day, but I get exactly your angle because we've been, I guess, had this big old hole on this defense, man. Right? You trying to checkmate the Rams, right?
I believe we get Max Crosby. Okay, that's a power move. Not to say all the other moves we made were not power moves; they were chess moves. Well, I say checker moves. But if we go get Max Crosby, that's checkmate. That's checkmate. And everything, all the pressure is not going to be on the offense. It's going to be on the defense. And we already know the offense, like everybody keeps saying, we know what the offense is going to do. The offense is going to score over 30 points a game, average at least 30 points a game, 28 to 30 points a game. The defense, we put that defense out there, We give up maybe 17 points, the most 14, 17 points. It's Super Bowl.
Yeah, but here's my only thing. Here's my only thing. We going to see the Rams in joint practices. We're going to see this year the Saints in joint practices. I love that idea. I hope they doing that while I'm out there or what have you. So we're going to see those things, right? And we're going to see the realisms of what this defense should be by looking at some of the preseason stuff, our formation and stuff. My only thing is if on veteran players, they don't really practice like that anyhow. And Max Crosby is Max Crosby is literally going through recovery. And if he's picked up now, that's going to take away the attention for like these other guys that need to improve. And I'm not saying that you don't want that, but it's just from my opinion that I want the main thing to be for right now, the Cowboys to focus on just getting better on defense. And I know by namesake they'll be better with Max, but for right now, I want them to get better. And if they want to move around any money, it should be to pay GP right now. I think that should be the angle, not trying to get Max for right now.
But you're right, you're correct. But the reason why I say that, imagine this, imagine if we training camp and preseason. We let the youngsters get out there and do what they doing, the Ezra Rocco, the Lawrence and everybody else. We let them do their thing, but we have Max Crosby on the roster.
Right.
We don't have to worry about him. We don't got to rush him back. We can kind of do it like with Green Bay. Not to say that he's more injured than, the name I don't want to say.
MP.
Par. I ain't gonna say the other part. Let's just say we have the youngsters right there, and then after that we go ahead and get Max Crosby, let him heal up. Like how we kind of doing with like Deron Bland. We got him on the roster, but we let the other people that's younger getting more snaps so he can heal up. I wouldn't be mad if we get Max Crosby and let him like just heal up like as a process while we know we got him there and we know what he's gonna do. We more worried about toward the end of the season, like the mid-season, Thanksgiving, and playoffs. That's what I want to use Crosby. You get what I'm saying? Let the young ones eat, and then let them heal and let them eat. And then that's an extra chess piece when that time comes. Flip the script time now. Okay, y'all see what the youngsters can do. Now we got the real chess piece on the field along with Quentin Williams. Come on, can you imagine that? Him and Quentin Williams, and we already got the other guy, number 97, what's his name, from Green Bay we picked in the trade. That's just nasty, man. Ain't no way you can double team everybody, man. There's no way. No way. So I'm just saying, I feel like it'll be a checkmate move to say, you know what? It's all in, Jerry, like you've been saying for the past decade or more. This is a real all-in move. This is the final piece, the Charles Haley move that's going to say, you know what, we done talking. We about all business right now. We want that 6. That's all I'm saying.
I feel you on that, man. We definitely can definitely circle around this conversation, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, Cowboy 92.
All right. How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? The haters and everything. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Hold on. I got somebody to call me real quick. F2. All right. Boom. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I know right now we're anxious to make news and to get things going. We got $8 in the account right now. I don't think that the Cowboys are creative enough to even splash and make a trade like that right now. I think that the Cowboys, in my opinion, just not even brilliant or smart enough to do those things. I know I sound crass. They don't move in multiple ways. They take on one target at a time, one big name at a time, and one strategy at the time with this. They don't know how to make multiple big grandiose splashes. If you go and look at like the offseason move, the damn Jalen Thompson move made more news and tractions and headlines than any offseason move so far outside of Rashawn Gary, right? And he haven't even been at practice yet, right? So my thing is with the Cowboys, let's evaluate what we got now, right? Let's make sure that these guys are getting quality reps. Let's make sure that the focal point is that, because if you make a move now to get a Max Crosby, the whole thing will be, hey, the Cowboys all or nothing now. The Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. No, we don't need a Super Bowl plate or none of that fork. We just need to just stay focused, evaluate what we got, and still revisit. If another team trade for Max Crosby mid-season, let them have that. But at least evaluate what you got now with Malachi. He was a first-round draft pick. Normally, you expect first-rounders to play, because you playing first-round money too, by the way. And you got Donovan Ezeraku, who's a second-round draft pick, which is considered a pick within the top 100s that need to get quality reps. And then you have my guy, Rashawn Gary. You have LT Overton. You have, to a degree, who else on his team? James Houston. You got a lot of guys that you trying to figure out what they can and can't do. Now, we know for sure Max come in, he's going to be a definitive starter. We know that. But he's recovering. The best way that he can recover is on another team. Let him get all of that stuff going, because I'm old enough to remember that we talk about we will have patience and all of this stuff. We didn't allow patience to settle in with Trayvon Diggs. Right? So with a Max Crosby, there's going to be storylines upon storyline. Should he be smoking that cigar? Is he really in tip-top shape? He got a dad bod. Is football his main topic point? Is he on a podcast? All of that stuff is just going to take us away from the main thing. Will he show up on time? All of this stuff, right? So it is very crucial to make sure that the people that you got now are the people that's willing to fight for you, that's rooted in, that's understanding that, hey, our goal is to build this trust and relationship, blood, sweat, and tears to lift up that Lombardi trophy at the end of the year. And then if you find out these guys can't bust through a wet paper bag, then you go up and pick up the phone and say, hey, Josh Sweat, or hey, Max Crosby. That's just my thoughts. I could be 1,000,000,000% wrong. And I'm not saying that if tomorrow they fool around and trade for Max Crosby that I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. Just like I'm going to be happy if they sign Brooks or GP to a degree. I got from the VIP hotline from the 860. You know who it is. Let go. Come on, baby.
Lord, I never thought me and you would be at opposite tables.
Man, we at the opposite table, man.
I'm watching you, Lord. And I said, look at Lord.
Yeah.
Look at Lord throwing these little subliminals out.
Yeah.
With the Spurs. Lord, what are we doing, Lord? I think we're family.
We are, man. And this is the first time you and I is going to be looking at opposite ends like me and Twin. You know what I'm saying? I love my brother, but at the end of the day, he picked the wrong team, and that was a 40-winers, But we have a healthy decorum. Come on, man,
Lord, on behalf of all of New York, I want to unapologetically apologize for all the Spurs fans that got that beat down in the city. Look, Lord, I'll unapologetically apologize. If you're that dumb and you come to New York and you're wearing some damn Spurs jersey, I'm not saying that, I'm not condoning in it, Lord.
Yeah.
But I understand, Lord.
Yeah.
I have empathy for my New Yorkers. Well, you have to Lord, it's been 50 years, Lord.
I know, man.
50, Lord.
It's a long time, man.
Come on, man.
And y'all unwavering support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that video. They snatched that man Spurs jersey off of him. I said, New York get gritty like that? I snatched the man jersey up off of him, man. On live TV.
on live TV, Lord. And some YouTuber thought it was smart to come down here with 3 of his friends.
Oh my God,
Lord. Yeah, Lord, I'm warning all YouTubers. New York is immune to all that. Don't look. We don't play that, B. We don't do none of that. So if you come down here, just remember the same energy you're bringing. You're gonna get that times 10 in return.
Mm-hmm.
We don't take the method of Michelle Obama when she says, hey, you go low and she go high. You go low, we taking a 2 train, Lord.
Yeah.
We taking a 2 train or the 4. Okay, Lord. So be that as it may, Lord, because I Lord, I'm watching you. I'm watching your page. I'm like, damn, I want to say something on Lord page, but I love him too much.
But just blame your other brother now, just Stephen A. Smith. You know, and that's the reason why I would right now be rooting for the Knicks because of the storyline and beyond. But just to know that the symmetry of me having to deal with Stephen A. Smith enjoyment, I can't do it. That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
Lord, you don't know. I went on his show twice. I was on his show twice.
Okay.
Getting at him.
Yeah.
So about our boys.
Yeah.
I was on the show about our boys. Like, you from New York? How you defending the boys? I said, man, I'm from the South Bronx, and I love my boys. So we went at it for a minute, but we went at him twice. So yeah, to me, he's a flip-flopper. I didn't know he was a real New Yorker because he'd be all over the place. So I'm not co-signing that. But I am co-signing, I want 2 parades this year, Lord. I want a parade in New York, and I want a parade in Fresno or Dallas or wherever they're going to have the parade at. Because, Lord, I'm like, this is the energy I want.
Okay.
I wish we could get to the damn playoffs and where games really have meaning. I mean, they shouldn't have meaning where people are getting beat up and beat out their clothes, but it has meaning for some people. That's the energy we need at Cowboy Nation. We don't need all these slurpees all over the place, slurping on people. Nah, we need ride or dies, Lord.
Right. Ride or die with me, man. I feel you on that, man.
So let me get back into my boys' lane and say one thing I think we're missing, Lord, like some of the callers are missing, is we are changing ideology, meaning our whole defensive outlook is changed.
Right.
We have a brain. We have, for the first time, I can say, a scheme, Lord. A defensive scheme.
Yeah.
The hardest thing for the front 5 to block, Lord, you and I know, is that 3-4. Because you don't know, nobody's aligned in front of you. So it's harder for the offensive line. And you can do this. This is all, you can do the math. You can go look at this. It's harder for the offensive line to block that 3-4 defense because nobody's aligned over their head.
The only thing about the 3-4 defense,
style,
it's a hybrid style of defense, and it throws a lot of wrinkles at it because the alignments, who come in and who's don't, but you got to stay principled. You got to 3-4 defense. If you perfect it pretty well, it's difficult to really slow down or to stop. So you're right, but you got to have the personnel, and it's heavy dependent on athletic linebackers to do their thing. So you're right. I love 3-4 defense. Yeah.
That's what we have, look. Because I was watching like some of the best, like the Houstons, there's some. If you watch the people, and then if my mind remembers correctly, even Dak had problems with. He was saying that in practice. He's like, yeah, they gave me little problems because it's that look. It's a different. Like you said, you don't know who's coming, who's going. So I'm counting on CP, man.
Yeah, me too,
I'm putting
man.
all my chips in
I'm
on CP.
On
It's more than players this year. To me, it's scheme.
Yeah.
We can go get, like you said, we can go get players later if you think we don't have enough. But I think more or less it's going to be scheme and even Seattle. D. Lord didn't he wasn't a sack leader. They had it by committee.
Yep. And you get more pieces thrown at you, man. It's harder to slow that down. You're right, one. You're right with that one, my friend. But what else you got for me, man?
And on the last gem, I want to give you, Lord, something I've been praying on. Blue Magic, Lord. I heard my boy's getting right. I want to see how much peanut butter he's been eating. But I heard more than anything, Shoddy said he's right with his playbook. And that's, I think, Lord, that's that hidden gem we didn't have. We didn't have that dump off pass where it could take it to the house. Remember how Zeke, you could dump something off, he could take it to the house, or a threat to take it to the house.
Facts.
I think that's gonna be that missing key to our offense. Something that we didn't have last year. I love our running back. I love our running back, but I think that missing key, that 4.2 speed, Lord, is something you can't coach.
You're right.
It's something you can't fabricate.
You can't fabricate that, man. Appreciate you for calling in. Let me hear you say it, Chief.
How about damn Knicks? I mean, how about damn Cowboys? I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Man. Oh, my God, man. My body be punished for hard living. Hands on the straps of praying, so Father, please forgive me. Police be rushing, looking when they see me. I flaunted America's Most Wanted live on TV like pleasure and pain. We stuck in this game. Holler my name, we all gonna die. We bleed through similar veins. I ain't mad at you, VIP Tupac. You know what I'm saying? We need a spot where we can kick it. A spot where we belong, right? I got from the 323, my guy, my brother from another mother, man. What's good with you, man?
Man, I can't call it, man. Just trying to enjoy this day, man, and stack some good stuff on top of the next stuff, man.
Hell yeah, man. I know you're ready for it for next month, man. I can't wait to see what we gonna do, man.
Oh yeah, it's going down, man. It's going down. I actually bought another lens for it being out there. I got a RF mounted 100 to 400 lens, so. I'm about to be out there shooting good, man. I did just want to say, tap in a little bit, man. That I'm concerned about the lack of reps that Donovan as a Raku is able to get right now. I didn't realize he was playing through an injury like that. He was hurt as long as he was because he still suited up. And I'm wondering if that's why he wasn't, well, obviously it probably was.
Well, the hip thing, and they did the cleanup surgery, and they are literally saving him from him, because if you bump into him, he's an energetic guy. He done picked on or gained about 5 or 6 pounds, so he's a little bit bigger now. Pause if necessary, but he is going to be a guy that I think that's going to be a good change of pace on the edge, and it's going to give a run for your money. I think that what a lot of people are sleeping on is believe it or not, is Sam Williams in his system. Yeah. Sam Williams going to be that guy, and I think he's going to be the first guy to get to fighting out there in Oxnard. So I hope that wide zoom lens going to be it. Man,
yeah, and I think you spot on, brother, because Sam Williams, let's not forget that he was a second round pick. Let's not forget that he was playing in the SEC.
Right.
Let's not forget that, he done grabbed dudes and bodies. He done athletically did things that are.
Yeah.
You remember when he was playing gunner?
Facts. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a guy that coming in with the new system. If we was looking at Madden, he got all of the physical characteristics. Or good physical characteristics. His awareness level is 6. Though.
Yeah, his awareness level, like literally, that game we won against the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
We don't win that game if it wasn't for Sam Williams chasing Saquon Barkley and stripping that ball out at the end there. So a lot of people don't pick up on the small things.
But they want Sam to be something that he's not, man. And if we can keep Sam at a space to where he not thinking about anything, and his energy is just turned up on run. And this is the thing he had said in an interview a couple weeks ago, how he's back playing in that they using him the way that they used him at Ole Miss. That is no response. He just got to basically get lined up and go get it, which is a whole with a dude like him. That's what we need,
we need, man.
Just a solid number 3 rusher. just a solid number 3 rusher. Like nothing too crazy. You know, if the boy can give me 4.5 to 8 sacks, you know, eight on the high end, but you know, just keeping that rotation fresh. You know, with the 2 young guys that we got with Lawrence, with the new Lawrence, and Ezeraku, because I don't necessarily see either one of those last 2 guys that I said. Like I don't see Lawrence coming in and giving us 10 sacks, and I don't really see Ezeraku giving us 10 sacks. I just really want these brothers to compete hard as hell every week, man, and be talented enough to just make do their job. You know,
right.
We got special people in the middle, but work hard at just doing your job.
Yep. And we got. I know a lot of people worry about penalties on those guys because they got the same damn penalty streak. Like you be like, what the hell is that? And there's Mears Learfowl, Barham, and Sam. They gonna make you mad with their penalties. Them 3 right there, they gonna have some type of penalty that you're gonna get really pissed off at. The ones that I'm gonna be really mad at is like face masks, of course, and things like late hits. But they are your aggressor tones of they're gonna be your guys. They're gonna be some thumpers, you know.
Right. Yeah. All of the face masks and the late hits, that's the guy Sam Williams written all over it.
Yeah. Sam and
boy,
Mirrors,
you know.
and they don't know Barham yet, but they're gonna get, like, some of the fans are gonna get pissed off at Barham for his extra aggressions. So we're gonna have to teeter that and till that back, you know.
Man, we're gonna have to get a good name for that boy, man. He got a head like one of them Olmecs from in South America that they just found the heads in the jungle.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
He got a major fat face, man. Like that's my guy. I'm hoping that he, you know, is very intentional about sticking that fat face on people this year, man. I'm really excited that we got a dude in the middle of the defense that's gonna be 250 pounds. You know, we ain't had nobody like that since Rolando McClain. Now,
right.
Whether or not he gonna be as good as Leaning Londo, then you know, we don't know. But hopefully, you know, he got a good attitude and good aptitude to pick up that defense quickly so that we can get him on the field. I'm real excited about him, man. Real excited about him.
Man, we all about it, man. But appreciate you, man, for calling in, man. Let people know where they can find and follow you and support you.
Yeah, follow me on IG, man. It's Blake_Le Shooter. You know, I'm one of the coldest LA shooters out here. So if you need any hosting, if you need any any shooting for podcasts, short films, any of that, holler at me on IG.
Oh, hold on, Blake. DM me on Instagram, because I'm gonna connect you with my guy that runs a restaurant down in LA, and he cooks for the Cowboys, like literally in Oxnard.
Oh, that'll be perfect.
And what I want you to do is I'm gonna hook you up with him so you can get the behind the scene action when he cooked for the boys, and then of course, you know, that's how I'm gonna get in there too. You know what I'm saying? Well, we working business deals, right out loud, boy.
That's how we got the network, man. And I'm gonna see you at the Super Bowl this year, dog.
Come on with it, man. Hey, everything is in LA this year, though.
You know, now this my year, man. I smell this Super Bowl. It's really Super Bowl coming, because the defense is gonna be back on strong. We're gonna play in the A gap strong on defense, and we're gonna protect the A gap on offense. And we got everything else. We just needed to fundamentally get to the place where we needed to. So now I'm confident that we're gonna be able to make a deep run this year with a real quarterback, a good O-line, and a solid D-line.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, God bless you, brother.
Amen, man. Appreciate you. God bless you as well, bro. Salute. That's my guy right here, Blake, man. Yeah, I'm gonna hook him up with my guy, man. I mean, he cooks some good stuff, man, and he even got a series on Netflix and stuff. And I'm telling y'all right now, Kevin Bledsoe, man. Y'all go follow his page, man, and hit him up and tell him, man, Law sent me out there, you know, because I don't mind sharing my resources, man. And he catering, he do all of the stuff, man. And when the Cowboys get ready to eat some of that good food, ooh, see, if I was living in LA, I get to eat all of that. Oh my God! I'll just pull up and like, hey, Unc, man, put that one right there, man. Leave that one right beside me, you know. And I'm telling you, the food. Oh my God, the food is good. I met Kelvin about 4 or 5 years ago, and we went down there, and then he was saying, "Hey man, I follow your channel, do," and boy. Whew, I'm telling you, LA is like a second home to me, man. So shout out to my guy Bloodsoe, man. Always doing the great thing, man. I call him doing God's work, man. Shoot, feeding the boys and being able to be a resource to me and get things going when we out there in Oxnard. I wish he was in Dallas. If you from Dallas, shoot, I'd probably be 4 or 5 pounds heavier, man. Shoot, if I had all that good food over here with me. But I appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in and being part of this. Can't wait for it to be back out there in sunny California, Oxnard, and we getting our things going the best way possible. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around this globe, how y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling about everything? Let me know in the chat about this defense overall, collectively speaking. This was the last time I was in Oxnard. Let me see if I can find this picture. When we all went to go hang out with Smooth. Let me see if I can. Boy, we're going to go. I'm downloading it right now. Yep. What else y'all got going today, man? Any good news that's out there? And I love keeping receipts, man. I got these receipts, man, when I was out there. Yeah. Let me see. Boom. Yeah. Let's see if I can cool. Y'all bear with me, baby. Close this out right here. Boom, boom, boom. Giving y'all terrible stuff right now. Shout out to you, Ace Boog, Gina. Yeah, boom. Boom. I might have to repost this one in a good way. And boom, here we go. All right, this Bloodsoe still there. But y'all might remember these photos. Gallup! Anthony, man, appreciate you so much for your support.
Anthony Gallup, $290.20. Oxnard Fund.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your love and adulations for the nation. Appreciate you so much. Oxnard Fund. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This picture, believe it or not, was a long time. What I can say, man, about my brothers over there on that side, boy, y'all show some great love for us, man. We get out there, man. Crazy thing is, let me put it right here. I still got that same headband. Yeah. I still wear that same headband. That headband, oh my God, man, it's been with me for a long time. That's Hector right there. I know there's Hector. I forgot his name. There's Sky. There's Voch Lombardi. Of course, there's Law. And there's some guy, I forgot his name, Victor. And Jose. You know, so there's all my guys out there, man. We had a great time out there in Oxnard. This had to be when Sky and Voch was still with the volume. Man, we had a great time out there, man. All is well. They fed us. They showed us the parks and everything. And we had a great time, man. And they treated us like superstars, man. See, look, do y'all see this right here? Yeah, I keep receipts, man. Boy, they thought we was some all-stars up in there. Look at that. Yeah. Yo, look at that. It is somebody that captured that moment, man. Me and Vach, man, we was walking out there at Oxnard, man. So it is all as well. Anthony Gallup for a member for 50 months. Oh, my, that's a long time. All right, so in departing, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all so we can encapsulate these type of moments down the stretch and continue to grind and grow and get things going. Ain't that right, London? London done jumped up in here. You want to wave to the camera, let everybody know? Huh? Come on up here then. As we depart from my studios to yours. Yes, indeed.
Hi.
You gonna say hey to everybody,
Hi, everybody.
That's what's it. But in closing, was my side co-host over here, my side worker, because she doing her thing. But as we depart from my studios to yours, the palm trees are growing. Life is always growing. There's London right there. London Nation coming out soon. Yes, indeed. I gotta show y'all a video, man. I caught her doing a video. I said, look, give it a few times, shoot. She gonna be cold-blooded on her videos. Y'all better watch out. Y'all better watch out. But neither here nor there. Cowboys. It's kind of strange that there was a few Eagle fans in Little Dallas commenting in the chat area. But I like to give grace and mercy with a healthy decorum. I said, call in, voice your opinions, and not one phone call, not one acceptance. So with that being said, there's a lot of things that I can pull upon those particular topic matters. That there will be many of people that want access to you. But when you call them out on the forefront, they disappear. They come up with excuses. But they're crafty enough to be able to punch in things on keyboards, but not utilizing the vocal opportunity to speak to us so that we can hear their thoughts, to see what they are trying to articulate. Be mindful. Just because people say that they are your friends or they roll with you, it don't mean that they got you. It means that they plotting. It means that they scheming for access to your inner crowd. Now that's sad that I don't have Cowboys everywhere in the chat when I say that. Because in my title, you would think that I had Eagles in my title, but they joined in. You would think that I had Dak is the greatest in my title, but no, they came over here just to stir up the pot. So that's crazy. But be careful of access. There's a storyline, true story. There was this kid. That was at this event. And it started raining. Rain was just falling out of the sky. Just falling out of the sky. Left and right. And the guy that was with him ran up under this tent. And he asked his friend, come on, it's raining, come under this tent. And he get to running up under the tent. But yet he was greeted by others saying, get out of the tent. You don't belong here. We can't stand you. Get out of the tent. Get out of the tent. And he was being pushed around by multitudes of people inside the tent. And we live in a culture now that when it's something is about to break down, you pull out your said phone and you begin to record the incident. Now the people within inside the confines of this tent were saying, get out! They grabbed them, they pushed them, they took them. And yet the guy reached around into his bag. And remember, keep in mind, it's nothing but rain just falling up out of the sky. And he was only invited to the area based off of the person that he thought that was his friend to give him access. But yet he was going into a trap. So he pulled out this little weapon and he defended himself. And he ended up taking the life of a person that was bullying him. That person got arrested, and he said, wait, I was defending myself. You got to understand it from my perspective. Look at the tape. Look at the camera. Just look at the footage. Look at the footages. Look at this. And lo and behold, the very person that invited him inside the tent said these words. Oh, I never recorded it. I pretend to record. And yes, multitudes of people told you to get out the tent. The craziest thing of it all is that he was invited into the tent by the very much so person that told him to come. I say all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is that that kid is going to be facing over 30 years in prison just because of the invitation of someone that he thought that it was his friend. So always guard your intentions, guard your access ability to someone that's inviting you somewhere, because the very much so the people that invite you to something could be a trap for you. I'm not here to pick sides. Life is a life. But what's the intentions? Surrounded by water. Surrounded by false invitations. Without hesitations nor deviations. If you guys are going to set up a trap for me, don't do it. This world is built off of crazy things that happen. I remember old folks say this all the time. There's people in hell with great intentions. Because the very much so thing that you thought that could be just a fun thing could be a tragedy thing. Keep your head high, stay lifted, put people in prayers, because one phone call can change your life. One decision can change the outcome of the situation. That's all the time that I have for this moment. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. True story, by the way. It was based off of a true story. Roll those credits. So they invited that kid to the stand and said, hey, I don't have the video footage on my phone. That's crazy. The friend that had invited him could have saved his life if he just generate the video. To this day, there's no video.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this time to run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Can't call Law lazy, baby.
Send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
I need 6 of them. Let's get it.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to you.
Come on, Oxnard.
All them Nigeria come through in a hurry.
Yeah.
Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Come on.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it up.
Come on with it. Let's slow it down just a little bit. Y'all want another story time? Shoot, I got a lot of them now. There was this guy who had a backpack who entered his store, and the people were like, hey, no backpacks allowed. So he put said backpack up front, walked to the back of the store and grabbed some waters, right? Looked at him, felt somebody behind him that was saying pretty much, hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy, hurry up and buy. So he put the water back, walked back up to the front of the store, grabbed his backpack, and proceeded to walk out. The person that said, hurry up and buy, they yelled out, thief, stop thief. So that guy got to running because he looked behind him and there was 3 people chasing him. 3, not 1, not 2, but 3. He knew what he did was wrong for going into that store, picking up some water and putting it back, and try to leave the premises. He knew that he was doing it wrong because he ran. I guess he was guilty. Come to find out, he ran so fast that he ran out of his shoes, he tripped, fell on the ground, and what he did had in his pocket allegedly fell out. And the person that chased him for 130 yards, that's a football field and a half. Can you imagine chasing somebody a football field and a half almost? And they on the ground and they pick up and say, oh, he got a gun! And they shoot him in his back. That's self-defense. And that's crazy. True story. If only he didn't have that gun, he'd probably be still alive, huh? That's crazy.
If a baby grain can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
That's crazy.
have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to.
Y'all want to hear another story?
You don't know.
There was a riot that was happening 3 states removed from a guy that he turned on his TV. And he thought that it would be wise for him to go grab a weapon and get in his automobile, allegedly, and drive across states with a rifle, by the way, and join the riot to protect the people that's there in that beautiful state and city that he's not even a part of, to commingle with those who he see shouldn't be rioting. Yet that said person drove all of those miles and made it to said riot area, pulled out that rifle, and unalive 2 individuals. Brutally injured the other person. 3 in total. By taking the lives of 2 individuals, he was then able to claim it was self-defense. He was able to get off and never got a chance to be able to adhere, to be under any distress of knowing that he would never open up his natural eyes in the confines of a prison. Because his state of mind was that he's doing the right thing. And guess what? Lo and behold, the people in that area that when he went to trial agreed that he was operating out of vigilante self-defense, that he was in fear of his life, and the rifle was the only tool of weapon that can separate him from being unalive versus the others. The man walk around free to this day.
Really rough and nothing's working.
I can't make this stuff up. That's all the time that I have for this moment. I really appreciate you all. Y'all want to hear another story? Nah, let me quit telling stories, man. True stories too, by the way.
Don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah, depend on you. If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. One love, DC for life, not for short. Let's go.